Hey everyone, I'm Jesse, and I'd like to welcome you back to Dynamic English, where we make videos that are both educational and entertaining. Today, you have a test. I will give you an irregular verb in the present tense. You will then have 3 seconds to guess the irregular verb in the past tense. So, let's get started. But before we get started, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Our first verb is draw. I drew a house. Next we have the verb tear. I tore the paper. Next on the list, the verb throw. I threw the paper. Next up is the verb hang. I hung the frame on the wall. Next up, the verb stand. I stood on the chair. Next is the verb lose. I lost my keys. Next on the list, the verb find. I found my keys. Next is the verb sweep. I swept the floor. Our next verb is wear. Today, I wore my Dynamic English t-shirt. Speaking of Dynamic English, if you're interested in taking a course, contact us. Here we offer flexible schedules for both group or individual courses, and all with native English-speaking teachers. So if you're ready to take your English to the next level, Dynamic English. Our next verb is blow. I blew out the candle. Next is the verb bite. I bit the chip. Next is the verb spend. I spent way too much money. Moving on, the verb keep. I'm glad I kept my receipt so I can get my money back. And the verb pay. I paid too much. Our next verb is the verb say. That's not what he said. Moving on, the verb hear. That's not what I heard. And the verb tell. No, he told me he would be late. Next up, the verb leave. I left the office. Next up is the verb fall. I fell down. And last, the verb break. I think I broke my hip. If you enjoyed the content of this video and want to keep watching more like it, you can do so by clicking here. And if you missed our first edition of the Irregular Verbs test, be sure to check that video out right here on this channel. That's all the time I have for today. I thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next time.